Franny came to us and she's in a lot of pain.
Okay. She was found in a backyard in Bay Ridge. She was about 2 weeks old. It was the day of like a tropical storm. I think we figured that her mom probably like maybe was saving the other kittens and left her behind, because my suspicion is she was the runt. She was tiny. She was fragile the first night that she was found. She was, soaking wet, and so there was concerns like, are her lungs okay and everything. Like, luckily they were fine. So because she didn't have her mother or anything, we needed to get we tried with a dropper at first, but then we ended up having to buy baby bottles. She's incredibly bonded to me. She watches me do everything. She wants to be in the same room with me all the time. I definitely started to make the assessment something was off, because I saw, just how she was reacting to me. There was some wincing, and she was doing a little like grumbling, growling. Okay. But then I really figured something was off when she stopped socializing with the other cats. Especially, I've been fostering a kitten, and that she's been really close with that kitten, and they would sleep together. And she stopped wanting to like have the kitten around her when she slept. It's like she didn't trust the kitten to be around her when she was sleeping and vulnerable.
How many cats do you have?
5, kind of.
5. How many do you really have?
4, definitely.
And maybe a rescue, right?
Yeah.
Or when you're adopting or fostering.
Mm-hmm.
Franny has a very sensitive spine. So what do you describe it? What's been happening?
When I pet her, specifically when I get right about here and then down here, she's been like growling, hissing, reacting. I see her like fur twitch, it ripples up.
Okay. And is her behavior different around the other cats in the house, or sleeping or eating or going to the bathroom? Or?
Yeah, she only wants to stay in the bed pretty much if it's just me and her, not another cat. Like she's cautious of sleeping around them, especially the foster cat that's there that's like was cuddling with her, and I think like she steps around her and it hurts. So
okay. So her socialization has changed. And so one of the things I want people to also look at with your own pets at home is, there's only there's only a few categories, especially with indoor cats, that you really need to look at, like how is it sleeping, how is it eating, how is it able to get its comfortable positions, is it able to be as floppy on the couch in all these weird positions it normally does, is it antisocial, is it hiding more than it used to, is it not interacting with you or your family or other pets like it used to. Is there any change in food, any change in bowel movement? So these are the different things that we look at, and when we see an interruption in pattern is everything, Pattern, then that gives us a tip-off or a clue that something might be upsetting. And not that chiropractic helps everything, but chiropractic helps the body deal with stress. It helps integrate the nervous system to the body's functions and the musculoskeletal system. So very often when we see a cat wince, or pull away or jerk or act out of pattern, then we might have something that could be addressed through seeing if we could reduce stress on the spine. So let's see what happens today. So I'm just going to come down really gentle. That's it. Do you feel it? She already moved. So what I'm doing is I'm coming down either end of the spinous, and as I came down, I just felt her dip. Right about there, right?
Mm-hmm.
She didn't dip that time. Are you feeling it right about there?
Mm-hmm.
You can even see her ear twitch. Watch this. There it goes. Do you see the ear move?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the spot. So I'm going to put my hand underneath. Hold her for just a second. And one more. Good. Let me just feel the pelvis. So my fingers on the tuber sacralis, which is where the ilium meets the sacrum. Reach up and feel the little atlas. I always like to check the atlas because the atlas is kind of like the little power supply for the body. She's got a right atlas, so I'm going to just, one more. Got it. She's let me work on her, which is really nice. C2 is out on the left. Good, got it. And then you said there was something also down at the pelvis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me just see if I can get her. Oh, right there, she's flinching. Got it? Good. Good.
Little girl.
So one of the things I'm going to look for is I'm going to see if there's a tilt in the ilium. All right, so I'm going to pick her belly up just a little bit. So here you're going to have to hold her, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Got it. And then one more. This is sacral apex left. So I'm going to... Try it one more time.
I don't know if it's just she's just getting. It's better.
Okay, let's leave that there because we can always bring her back.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a process. I did get the atlas to move. I adjusted the thoracolumbar junction where the thoracics. A cat has 7 cervicals in the neck, 13 thoracics, and 7 lumbars. Humans have 5 lumbars and 12 thoracics. We are the same in the neck. As I came down, I also adjusted the sacral base. I adjusted an AI ilium on the left and a sacral apex left. So a lot of stuff was slightly left of center. And let's just see what happens. Okay, so we're back with Franny for the second visit. What was it, about a week ago?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you remember by the first video, she had a tender spot in the mid-thoracics. And what do you notice about that spot here?
It's been much better. When I touch her in the middle of her back, she's not complaining.
Okay, so probably 90 to 100% better here?
Yeah.
But she still has this spot. And this spot's been going on for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
When did you first notice it?
Probably around mid-May.
Mid-May. And right now we're at August, 10th?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to start up at the head, and I'm feeling the space between the atlas, the wings of the atlas, and the mandible. She's got a right atlas today, so I'm going to adjust that right away, and I'm going to... Got it. Well, that's good. So the space is even now between the atlas and the edge of the mandible. There is a little spot at C3 on the right. Got it. Okay, and coming down. Now let's see if we can find where that tender spot was. I think it's still here. With Franny, I like to check her ear because her ear will twitch a little bit when I get a tender spot. So I'm going to put my hand under the belly for stabilization. Got it. Now we're going to get down to the tender area where she really has an issue, which is the base of her sacrum. Actually, it's not the sacrum. It's more of the apex of the sacrum, to be technical. So here I'm on the tuber sacralis, which is a great landmark, and I'm palpating, motion palpation, moving the joint, feeling the movement. I feel it more on the left. Is that where you pick it up?
Maybe.
Because she's got a little swelling here, a little tenderness. Poor
She's
little...
reacting here, growling.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, so she's reacting. So let's just adjust that right now. Nope, that's the spot. Okay, so you're going to have to hold on to her. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's it. That's the bad spot. Got it. Even made a little click. Did you hear it?
Yeah, I heard that.
I'm going to motion the tail. I'm going to adjust at the apex of the sacrum left. Got it. Okay. Her pelvis looks good today. That's all we're going to do. I keep losing my mask. That's all we're going to do. I adjusted sacral apex left. I adjusted, she also had a sacral base posterior on the left, so it was high on the left. There was tenderness at the SI joint. We adjusted T12, and we adjusted C3, and also superior atlas on the right. She's all done. It's gonna need to see her again. Now this is an ongoing problem. This feels pretty good. You go over there and touch it now. See if she winces. Actually, I'm gonna let you do that by yourself.
No, not really.
Not as
little,
much,
a
right?
little. She just made a little like rumble, but yeah, not as much.
Okay. And it was nice. That one actually made a little pop. We heard a little click, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Franny back. This is the third visit in 3 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's very important for people to know that, I'm not trying to show a miracle adjustment. Sometimes that happens, and when it does happen, I'd like to take all the credit. But I'm just kidding, because the real miracle is the body's ability to heal itself. And Franny, in the first visit, had a spot in the mid-back that would make her wince, and the real bad one was in the sacrum. What have you noticed about the mid-back point first? Let's do that one.
I don't see any more like 100%. Like I don't see any more wincing or anything when I go for that area.
Okay, so that part's 100%, so that's great. And then the problem area was this lower one, right?
Yeah.
And what would you say that one is now?
That's about probably like 90%.
90%. So 90% in 3 weeks, that's really good for something that's been around since you said May, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now, there was another thing that she observed, and this is something I always like to teach, is that our pets can't say, hey, I don't feel well, verbally. Maybe yours can. That would be awesome. I'd love to hear them talk. But they give us little cues, and, sometimes they wince, but other times you'll see socialization changes. Mm-hmm. What did you notice, and what is different now?
She wasn't sleeping on the bed with like other cats, me only. It would be like only if I was around. If there were other cats in the room, she preferred to be like underneath the bed or in a corner or somewhere where she could be like isolated.
Okay. And so now that's going back to normal?
Yep, she's been sleeping back on the bed with the other cats again, and even like cuddling with them.
So that part's almost 100% back.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we're 90% back in the physical response and 100% back in the socialization. So we're going to start checking now. So the first thing I'm going to check is the space between the atlas, the wings of the atlas, and the angle of the ramus of the mandible. And we're still a little tight on the right atlas. There, I just got it. And now we check the space. It's perfect. Nothing in the lower cervicals. Nothing in the mid-thoracics. The upper thoracics coming down. Right here at the apex of her curve, her convexity. And this is the spot the vertebra that was very tender. And it's gliding beautifully, a motion palpating. And these are nice, moving into the lumbars now. L1, L2, all the way down to the base where the last lumbar meets the sacrum. And that's all nice too, moving beautifully. Now we're on the sacrum. The tuber sacralis are the junction where the sacrum meets the iliums. And it's actually moving pretty well. I can still feel the slightest misalignment. So this would be a sacral base left. Got it? She didn't react as much this time either.
Nope.
I'm on sacral apex left. Got it. I don't feel the inflammation now. There used to be a little puffiness around the tender area. I really think she just needs another week or two. Why don't you come down and palpate her yourself, or pet? Palpate's the medical word for petting. But do you feel any spot that's going to make her jump right now?
No, she doesn't seem very jumpy.